Welcome once again to Kaywon Action Star. I'm glad to have you tune in again. I appreciate and do not take it for granted that you do. Also, thank you for always supporting me by watching, commenting and liking my videos. Alright, so let's get straight to what I have for you today. The movie kicks off with Porter, our main guy, pulling off a small time theft. He swipes some cash from a homeless man just to get breakfast. But by afternoon, he's already stepped up his game, lifting the wallet of a rich guy. Porter isn't just after quick cash, though. He's smart. He maxes out the stolen credit card on luxury goods, then flips them at a pawn shop for cold, hard cash. While he's there, he picks up a gun, just in case. After a day of scheming, Porter heads to a restaurant for dinner. Meanwhile, the rich guy realizes his wallet and card are missing, and when Porter's stolen card gets declined, he bolts from the restaurant without paying. Later that night, he ends up outside a house, where a woman stumbles out, clearly high and drunk. She's so out of it that she forgets to lock the door, making it easy for Porter to slip inside. Armed and ready for trouble, he searches the place but finds no one else there. Instead, he circles back to the woman, who is shocked to see him alive. Why? Because she's his wife, Lynn, and she thought he was long dead. In his absence, life has been cruel to her, dragging her into deep drug addiction. Porter tries to help, locking her in a room to detox. But Lynn's one step ahead. She's got a stash hidden in her shoes. By morning, she overdoses and dies. Porter is devastated, lying beside her, lost in memories of better times. Flashback to 5 months earlier, Porter and Lynn are at home when his partner, Val, brings up a new robbery target. Fast forward to the present. Porter meets Val to finalize their heist. Val spills the details. Every Thursday and Friday, our Mafia boss in Chinatown sends $500,000 in cash along the same route. Val's got big plans for his cut. He wants to join a powerful drug syndicate. A week later, it's go time. Porter and Val ambush the cash transport in an alley. Porter has done his homework. He knows the guards never wear seatbelts. A high-speed collision leaves their targets badly injured, and Porter quickly grabs bolt cutters to snatch the suitcase full of cash. Lynn arrives as their getaway driver, and they make their escape. But when they count the money, there's only $130,000, far less than expected. Val is furious. His share isn't enough to buy his way into the syndicate. Porter tries to calm him down, pointing out that the heist went smoothly, but Val is losing it. Sensing tension, Porter tells Lynn to get ready to leave. That's when the betrayal hits. Lynn turns on Porter, holding a grudge because she believes he cheated on her. Plus, Val has been feeding her free drugs, buying her loyalty. It's a double cross Porter never saw coming. After Lynn's death, Porter is out for revenge. A drug courier shows up at his door, delivering what would have been Lynn's next fix. Porter snaps, blaming the guy for her addiction and death. He beats the courier and forces him to reveal Val's location. With that intel, Porter heads straight to Arthur Stegman, the courier's boss. At Arthur's place, Porter isn't messing around. When one of Arthur's men tries to protect his boss, Porter takes him down so brutally that Arthur has no choice but to talk. Turns out, Arthur is connected to Val through a drug deal. Val supplies the goods, and Arthur distributes them. Arthur doesn't know Val's exact whereabouts, but he confirms that Val is still in town. Killing Arthur won't get Porter anywhere, so he sends a threatening message to Val instead. Meanwhile, Val is holed up in a Mafia-guarded hotel. His girlfriend, Pearl, visits him, and the two seem to share a strange, twisted connection. Later, Arthur meets Val at a restaurant to deliver Porter's warning. The moment Val hears Porter's name, he's shaken. Porter was supposed to be dead. Val knows Porter's reputation. He's a pro, and not even the Mafia's protection can guarantee Val's safety. While waiting for more intel, Porter tracks down his old flame, Rosie. She's a high-end escort, but lately, she's gone off the grid. After some digging, Porter finds someone who knows where she is. When they reunite, Rosie is thrilled. She thought he was dead and even named her guard dog after him. But Porter isn't here for a happy reunion. He needs information on Val. Rosie, who used to have connections with the city's Mafia, finally gives up Val's address after Porter promises to take him out. Porter sneaks into Val's heavily guarded hotel room. The Mafia goons outside are no match for him. But instead of killing Val immediately, Porter demands to know where the money is. Val confesses that he already handed it over to Carter, the top drug boss in New York. Porter gives Val an ultimatum: get the money back by tomorrow or face the consequences. The next day, Val approaches his boss for backup against Porter. But instead of helping, his boss questions whether Val is even capable of handling his own mess. The message is clear: if Val can't deal with Porter, he's out of the syndicate. Feeling cornered, Val turns to his girlfriend Pearl, who has ties to the triads, for assistance. Later that day, Porter arrives at the meeting spot, but things take a nasty turn when a triad member ambushes him on the road. It's a setup. Outnumbered, Porter struggles to hold his ground. Just when things look grim, the police unexpectedly show up, forcing the triad members to scatter. But these aren't just any cops, they're corrupt officers who've been tailing Porter. They know he's after $70,000 and offer him a deal. They'll back him up if they get a cut, but if he refuses, they'll frame him for Lynn's murder. With little choice, Porter reluctantly agrees. He heads back to Rosie's apartment to patch himself up, unaware that Val has been following him. As Rosie tends to his wounds, she brings up their past and asks why they broke up. Porter reveals that even though they were intimate, he couldn't accept her continuing to see other clients. Rosie tries to rekindle the relationship, but Porter shuts it down. He's focused solely on revenge and reclaiming his money. Shortly after Porter leaves, Val shows up at Rosie's apartment, putting her in danger. Thinking on her feet, Rosie tricks Val by pointing him toward Porter's bed, which is actually where her guard dog, also named Porter, sleeps. The dog puts up a fight, but Val still roughs Rosie up, reminiscent of past abuse she's endured. Just when things look bleak, the real Porter bursts in and shoots Val. Even wounded, Val refuses to reveal where the money is. Realizing Porter is willing to take on the Mafia for a relatively small sum, Val finally gives up Carter's location before Porter ends his life. With a murder on the books at Rosie's apartment, they can't stay there anymore. Porter moves fast. He arrives at the syndicate's HQ to confront Carter. Before entering, he stashes his gun in a newspaper vending box. Just as he's about to step inside, the corrupt cops show up again, this time with Arthur. They're getting impatient for their cut. Porter asks them to wait, leaving his gun with them before heading in. Inside, Porter is searched for weapons and escorted to Carter. Wasting no time, Porter takes down Carter's guards, retrieves his gun, and demands the $130,000 Val handed over months ago. Carter refuses, explaining that he isn't the top boss. The real boss is someone named Bronson. Carter calls Bronson, but she refuses to return the money. Frustrated, Porter kills Carter on the spot, triggering Bronson's wrath. Before leaving, he warns her that he's coming for her right-hand man, Fairfax, next. Porter retrieves his gun from the corrupt cops, but he has a plan. He plants the weapon and a stolen police badge near Val's body to frame the officers. The next day, Porter visits Fairfax at his home. Caught off guard, Fairfax panics and calls Bronson, who initially refuses to hand over the money. But when she hears a gunshot, she assumes Porter has killed Fairfax and reluctantly agrees. She arranges for the cash to be left in a blue bag at King's Cross Station. But even as Porter moves to retrieve it, new threats emerge, leading to a violent showdown. Despite his injuries, he barely escapes, just as Rosie arrives to save him.
Thank you so much for watching. I currently don't have many subscribers yet, but as I keep growing this channel with your support, it'll be my pleasure to have you subscribe. Importantly also, is when you put your comments down below and give my video a thumbs up, which is a ray of hope to motivate me. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel for more interesting recaps. See you on our next one. Cheers.